Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Anita Biju, your surgeon at arms for this evening. Welcome to the District 105 Toastmasters Leadership Institute session, The Road to the Accredited Speaker. I would like to start with the Toastmasters International mission. We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. District mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Our club mission is we provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Toastmaster International core values: integrity, service, respect, and excellence. Let me remind the house rules, which we: 1, kindly mute or turn off your phones. And if you do need to answer an urgent phone call, kindly disable your camera temporarily to avoid disrupting the session. In order to respect the sentiments of this region, we will refrain from speaking on the 3 taboo topics, which are politics, religion, and sex. Your complete attention and silence is required when the speaker is speaking. You may leave your videos on during the meeting, which enhances the impact, unless you have something to attend to, during which you may temporarily switch off your video. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite the MC to take the session further. Performance optimization specialist on a mission to help improve the world by helping people get better at what they do and live happier and fulfilled lives. She is a certified NLP practitioner and coach. This friendly girl next door is an IT professional turned coach, consultant and speaker. This distinguished Toastmaster has been passionately serving this community for over 5 years in her various roles. She is a member of DSO Toastmasters Club and is the current Division B Director-elect. Let me welcome DTM Preknya Venugala. The screen is yours, DTM Preknya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anita Biju, for that beautiful introduction. Now, before we move into this session today, I want to acknowledge the presence of our District 105 Program Quality Director, DTM Rania Abul Rab. Hi, Rania. Welcome for the session. Thank you for joining us.
She is driving, actually, Pragna.
No problem. All right. So Diana Hardy once said, it only takes one voice at the right pitch to start an avalanche. That is the power our voices can have. And let me ask you one thing today. Why do we all join Toastmasters? To find our voice, to speak up where it matters, or to overcome that fear, which is feared by around 87% of the people in the world, public speaking. And by all means, we are at the right place for all of that. But my dear friends, today I challenge you to open your minds, because there is a world beyond public speaking. Any idea what that is? Anybody? You can let me know in the chat box. What is that world beyond public speaking? Trick question? Nothing. There's no world beyond public speaking. All right. I challenge Toastmaster Rashmi to change that today. Everything is beyond public speaking. Yes, but in the context for speaking, the world is called professional speaking. And the Toastmasters International Accredited Speaker Program, which was started way back in 1981, is designed for just that. For professional speakers who combine expert knowledge in a particular subject with mastery of the spoken word, making them sought after experts in their respective fields. This, my dear friends, is a world of opportunity. It is a career for many and a lifestyle of sorts. And Toastmasters has opened the doors for those who choose to enter it. Today, let's take a sneak peek into this world and let's take a look at the road to accredited speaker. And today we have a very special person taking us through this session. And we will have a moderated Q&A at the end. So during the session, take extensive notes, open your minds and get ready for a ride worth your time. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box during the session or send them privately to our Q&A moderator, DTM Vinod Panikar. So let's get right into it. Now, you may know this, that Toastmasters is in 149 countries and has over 300,000 members across the globe. But did you know there are less than 100 accredited speakers in the world? This is a coveted award. And today we have a trainer who is one among those coveted few. Our trainer today was awarded this prestigious Accredited Speaker Award by Toastmasters International in August 2020, making him the 88th recipient of this award globally and the first in the Middle East. He also has other firsts to his name, by the way. He is the first Arab to reach the World Championship of Public Speaking finals in 2006 in Washington, DC. And he also repeated this marvelous feat in 2007, the following year. Our trainer today is a global professional speaker from Manama, Kingdom of Bahrain. He is doing amazing work helping companies and individuals build better communication, positive culture, and innovative performance. His subject matter expertise includes safety, training, facilitation, public speaking, and so much more. He has an extensive professional background, working as a combined cycle power generation operator, health and safety environment superintendent, corporate trainer, consultant, business development manager, and now a founder and CEO of his own company, Y-Axis Training Solutions. With this deep and diverse background, he is able to confidently inspire audiences. My dear friends, be prepared to be inspired. Because today we have an international award-winning speaker, co-active coach, and corporate culture expert and consultant as our trainer. DTM accredited speaker, Mohmd Ali Shukri. Please give him a huge round of applause. Welcome, Mohmd Shukri.
Thank you, Pragnia. Pragnia, you are awesome. Everybody here in the room agrees with me. I don't get the privilege to have my bio read. In fact, reread and rephrased and redelivered as a beautiful speech the way you just did. Honestly speaking, that's a very, I had a treat just now. I give you back the round of applause, really. I'm very happy. I have 20 minutes to talk to you about the road. So the road entails a story. On this fine evening, many of us are coming from work. I don't think you want to hear another presentation. I call it presentation. So we don't want to be locked up. And again, let's go through a story. How about going through a movie? I love movies. You know, like Wolverine, like X-Men, they do the origin version. There are so many sequels that they go back and do the origin. So I want to go to do the origin with you just now. It was 17th January 2010. I was walking out of my company towards the parking lot at a very ambiguous, unusual time. It was not the end of duty at Aluminium Bahrain, Alba, which is the first smelter, aluminum smelter in the Gulf region. I had a very good job. I woke up in my 40s, leaving the company, walking probably the heaviest steps ever towards my car, and the parking was not very far. I gave back my badge to the security and never got it back again because I just decided to leave the company. Yeah, who will leave Alba, a very prestigious place to work for any local in Bahrain? I accepted the offer because I didn't see myself anywhere there again. I'm going back home with a CV, with a number of credentials here and there, and 5 children waiting for me and a wife, no job, no retirement plan, nothing. And it was my own choice to do so. Where am I heading? Who is going to actually be interested in my services? In fact, who am I? Those were the questions. I sat at home for 2 years, and then the call came, and that call changed my life. The call came from Saudi Arabia, looking for someone who has so and so qualities for a specific project, 2 years project. There will be a huge change in one of the biggest companies in the Middle East in regards to safety. And they insisted, we are not looking for just anyone. We are looking for the one and only. They didn't say it this way, but everything that they looked for exactly fitted me. No, I didn't have a friend there who designed the job vacancy according to my CV. No, don't go there. It was actually designed exactly for someone, and it didn't fit other than me. And hence, I came up with the one and only model, which I teach until today. How can you be the one? Well, everyone can be the one, but not everyone can be the one and only in their fields. I'm saying this because there are so many people who are looking up to becoming an accredited speaker. But guess what? It requires you to be the one and only in your field. Really? You're tightening it, you're narrowing it, you're making it even more difficult. No, I'm not. In fact, I will prove to you by the end of this story that most of you, if not all of you, are far more closer, sorry for the paradox, far more closer than you think to becoming an accredited speaker. So I left the company, 17 years between power station and safety. Safety, I just joined in 2004 in the department. And in safety, you need to do a lot of lectures, induction, all these nasty things. And I kept doing them. And the management saw in me something. He's a good speaker, so give him more inductions, which I, didn't like. I felt that I was just thrown into the den with so many contractors every day because they cannot work on the premises without going through the lecture. The lecture, which I had to deliver in English, Arabic, and later on I had to learn Hindi, because I cannot stand there in the room speaking in English and then waiting for the foreman or the supervisor to translate it to Hindi. After 1 year, I was able to deliver it in Hindi. And everybody enjoyed it. Why? Because at that time in 2004, my company opened a Toastmasters club for the employees, especially safety people, so that they are more effective in convincing people to stick to the behavior, to convince them, motivate them, etc. Out of the 30 safety staff, only 1 joined the club. me. So I began struggling and surviving in the room as I speak to all these contractors by using body language. And then I brought props. And then I did something else. Let's give a round of applause for whoever remembers the emergency number. What is the emergency number? Everyone. 3333. Say out after me. 3333. Teen. Say after me. And they would say teen. Good. Moon. I hope it's correct, Tahir. Tahir is my friend here. Okay. And everybody would shout. And I was enjoying, give a big round of applause for these people. And then I bring jokes. And the department was surprised. Why is he doing this? Mohmd and the staff meeting. Mohmd, you realize this is a safety meeting, right? Safety induction, right? Yes, I do. And what is this all fun and clapping? What is that? I said, I'm a Toastmaster. And I learned that it doesn't have to be a presentation. It can be a beautiful speech. It can be a motivational place. These contractors, mostly from Asia, from Nepal, India, Pakistan, and Bahrain, and they come from site to site. They are so exhausted. They are so into their sweats, and they have no choice. Their boss takes them from a site to another site to do another site, and they are so tired. Someone has to draw a smile on their faces. Some of those contractors are friends of mine until today, and we have good relationships. Anyway, so after some time, the management said, we'll give you some trainings. They gave me some trainings, then higher level trainings that my other peers would not get, because no one can conduct a safety training like Mohmd Shukri. And suddenly I go and speak even outside the company. The company sends me to trade union gatherings, conferences, etc. I want you to see a thread there. I'm not just telling a story. I want you to see a thread. Because as my sister Pragnia said, on 2020 August, I received the prestigious accredited speaker out of 4 who have reached with me to level 2. And out of 21 that year who applied, and I was the only and the first virtual. And guess what? I'm not very happy with my delivery about that safety culture presentation online, because I do that physically in a way that unimaginably high energy. But I squeezed myself in one screen delivering that keynote. And you can see me fumbling there. You go to YouTube, you find me. That is not my best. And yet they called me, the council, and told me, congratulations, you are the only one who got it this year. And I want you all to know it is really, really not about the elements that you have in mind, because I had those elements in my mind. And I did a big mistake by assuming that accredited speaker is really about the bells and whistles and how you motivate and what we do in the contest and championships. It is not. It is really about an element that each one of you has already, but is unaware of. So long story short, I go into, after 2012, I go into the freelance speaking, especially in safety. The Gulf states take me as a safety expert, etc. And then in 2015-16, a colleague of mine, she is from Pune. She is a member of my club in Bahrain. Mohmd, why don't you apply for accredited speaker? Why? Accredited speaker, because they will accredit you as an accredited speaker and they will recognize you as a professional speaker. Archana, I am already a professional speaker. Why do I need someone to say that I am a professional speaker? Why? No, you give it a shot. You already have all the credentials. You already speak for fee, and you can prove it in the application, and you can give all these numbers. Go for it. And this Archana is pushing me. God bless this Archana, my sister. She's back to India now. And I went for it. She said, I will. I said, I hate filling application. I will fill the application for you. And she did fill the application for me. There's nothing for Archana to do this, by the way, nothing for her, but it's the beautiful human brotherhood. Nothing combines me with Archana. Actually, there's nothing in common between me and her, other than we are from the same club and on the same land that we are enjoying peace and beauty. So Archana, if you're hearing this, again, thank you. Oh, my little sister. She's not my little sister. I am her little brother, but anyway. So I applied. The journey starts, and I look at all the previous accredited speaker, and I'm thinking, why am I doing this? This is a distraction from speaking business, right? And some of you might think, because you are already a professional speaker, you got it easily. Took me 5 years. Took me 5 years. And each year I learned something new. So I have very good experience about what not to do when you apply for the accredited speaker. And I was fascinated with my topics. I have at least nine global signature keynotes. Each one of them I tried to submit to the headquarters. None of them worked. Not because they are not good. Sometimes the video was not okay, the quality, the length, etc. And okay, I will wait for next year. And until one day, I decided that my first level video, I got fed up. I bring photographers and videographers. Hey, I have a keynote in this company. I have a keynote there because it has to be non-Toastmaster. Please, make a good footage of it and I'll send it. So I got fed up. One day I was invited to speak in a conference, 2 days conference, big safety conference in Bahrain. And my job was to deliver 30 minutes. I had one paper, 30 minutes. I just got the microphone and I delivered my 30 minutes. When I submitted it to headquarters, it passed. Woohoo! Really? As simple as that. All these years, I was delivering my best, favorite, most influential, highly impact signature keynote, the one and only, and they didn't go through. What did go through is that something which I grew up with in my company hating to do, the subject that is boring and dull, mundane, it interests no one to attend the safety seminar. No one, by the way, safety is about legal requirements. So if I want to go to safety, someone has pushed me to that presentation. I don't go to safety presentations by myself. No one does. It's a work requirement. And yet, suddenly, all my credibility, authority on the subject that I have bursted in those 30 minutes, and the judges saw it. And then when I delivered level 2, I discarded all other topics and I chose the topic that I know very well, safety culture. And despite my seemingly, in my face, in my opinion, poor delivery, the judges saw something else. I can share with you even what the judges said. So it is really, at the end of the day, really, it won't be, everything else will be okay with you. All the application is nothing for you, actually. The number of speeches you do outside Toastmasters is simple. It is easy for you to do, within your reach. You just have to believe in one thing, that you have something to serve people outside the walls of your club. Please listen to this carefully. And I didn't do it intentionally. It was actually without intention, but now in hindsight, I can see it. I am a Toastmaster who did not stay in the club, used his skills outside and spoke in the arenas of safety. And this is what brought me my professional speaking. So professional speaking, everyone in the room is in my formula. Professional speaking is speaking within your profession. Just flip it. The accredited speaker who make it, look at them. They are doctors, they are physicians, they are pharmacists, some of them are chemists. But those who have an idea, those who serve their world with mastery, as Pragnya said, mastery in speaking, but first of all, subject matter knowledge. And who in this room does not have a subject matter knowledge? Why are we keeping it within the club? You remember the first day you joined Toastmaster, you didn't join to keep your knowledge within the club and stay there. Not even Toastmaster wants you to do that. It wants you to, serve your world and make a difference in your world. But we keep staying there. Okay, what's next? And then DTM, and then what? All right. When will be the time that you will actually take this outside? That will be your leap. Will be your leap. And it's not a big leap. You just need to start speaking outside and get challenged by the environments which are not so friendly like Toastmasters Club. That's all you need to do. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? So you go ahead and break those barriers, identify where you can start. Of course, there are so many ideas. And soon you will find that you can actually fill the application form in no time. They only want 25 speaking engagements in the past 3 years. 15 out of them must be paid. That's all. And what's a paid engagement? It is very well explained. Doesn't have to be fees, not all of them, but a good number of them. So in 3 years, you can do that. In fact, you can do this in the coming 6 months. And I challenge you that if you have done some training, some speaking outside, you might be ready to apply this January 2023. Because everything else is, no-brainer. If you have an Archana in your life, she will do the application for you. Or you can do it. It is time for us. All Toastmasters are eligible to become accredited speakers, not only DTMs. You don't have to finish pathway 3, 4, or whatever. There is no requirement. If you're a Toastmaster, you are ready and eligible to do that. So go and take a look at the handbook, which Mr. Vinod will share. See the requirements, okay? See the requirements, and you can find easily you can do them. Everything you need to do for the application, you don't need a coach even. Maybe we accredited speakers or others are ready to help you with the video or this and that. That's all. But you are ready to go. So I want you to take a decision today to go from speaking inside Toastmaster to speaking outside Toastmaster. That's the only thing I'm asking you to do. And you have to take this leap of faith. You have to knock the doors. Don't say the doors will not open, because we know if you don't ask, the answer is always no. I hope I encouraged you. How did I benefit from accredited speaker? That's another story, because I was a professional speaker. I'm still a professional speaker. I'm doing what I love and making a change in my world, in my circles. I'm enjoying that. But going through the 5 years journey had a 180-degree shift in my mindset and attitude about what it really takes to become an accredited speaker. So I wish that you take the leap. I wish you not to be comfortable. I want you to be uncomfortable with this. It's time that you take this step. It's a beautiful adventure. It's an life, according to Helen Keller, and I end with this quote: life is a daring adventure or nothing at all. Back to you, Pragnya.
Thank you so much, DTM Shukri. That was a wonderful insight into the road to the accredited speaker. And having taken that leap to a small little, not a leap, but taken the jump into this speaking outside of Toastmasters field, I can vouch for the fact that it is an adventurous journey. So thank you so much for sharing your insights. It was a beautiful story, and I'm so glad I got to listen to your side of this. Thank you for being here. Now, before we wind up, it's not the word of thanks. So let's have on screen now our Q&A moderator, DTM Vinod Panikar, who is not just a DTM, but he is our TLI chair for District 105. So please put your hands together for DTM Vinod Panikar.
Thank you very much, DTM Pragnya. And DTM Shukri, that was something that has inspired me now, because few years before I went and read what are all the requirements for accredited speaker. I in fact am doing from past 4 years a lot of professional training, but something stopped me from recording. But I'll make sure that I'll start it back. Thank you very much, sir, for that. Now let's get into the questions. You spoke about, and there is one interesting questions that has come, so I will start with that. Toastmasters boast of 100 years history. More than 2 million people have come and gone. Any active time, there are 350,000 active members currently. Why less than 100 accredited speaker?
Okay, as far as I know, I'm the 88th, and now we have 89. This year, 2 candidates will have reached to level 2 candidates only, and hopefully both of them make it. But the reason probably is that they initiated this in 1981. So that was a bit recent, relatively recent. And since then until now, you know, every year once only this happens. You don't just apply to a speaking association and you give your papers any time of the year, and then you become, you know, accredited or CSP or whatever. No, it happens only once a year, and it's a rigorous process, which makes you really stronger, really stronger. One of the persons who didn't make it this year, and I know him, I only helped him with the eligibility, and we call it mentoring. Eligibility is mentoring. So, and he learned a lot. I saw the judges' form, what they said about his delivery. He learned a lot. I envy him for losing and learning, losing and learning a lot. So anyway, so it's a rigorous process, but very rewarding, very rewarding.
Thank you very much, sir. So you spoke about there is an entry only once a year, that is in January.
Yeah.
Okay, and you also spoke about level. So there are 2 levels, I believe. Okay, yes. So for all the audience who would like to prepare, because this is June only, you have 6 months. And if they have already done few engagements or done few trainings, because I have seen some others who have done in 1 year also with proper mentoring. They say that there is no shortcut to success, but the route to success can be short if we have mentors like you or others who already have our accredited speaker. So what are these 2 levels, sir? Can you please tell us about those?
Okay, so level 1 is application and a video. Okay, the video should feature you speaking for a non-Toastmaster audience. Okay, non-Toastmaster audience, and it has a specific length. And it has a specific requirements like no background music, video should be spotted on you and not edited, things easy, you know, but it should be to a non-Toastmaster audience. So you pick that video which you see that qualifies you. There will be judging in level 1 without you there, of course, they will check that. Plus the application which you will fill and prove that you have spoken at least 25 times in the past 3 years. 15 out of them were paid, okay? And 10 out of them were not paid, no problem, but non-Toastmaster audience. So that's, you know, super easy. The 15 also, some of the payments, if they are, I forgot if it's 7 or 8 out of 15, if the payment was not given as a fee, but travel and accommodation and all stuff were covered, that is called categorized as paid speaking. So that's the new update this year, okay? Doesn't have to be that all the 15 you were actually given a check in your hand by the end of the speech. Got it? So there is some good, you know, flexibility in this regard. So you can go backtrack to some of your speaking. Actually, you can include it in the past 3 years. And some of them you can do it in the remaining time. Yeah. So application plus 5 recommendation letters from 5 organizations who hosted you. That form is there already. You just send it to the 5 organizations and they have the email and they will fill. He was a good speaker. He spoke about this and it was, they will give feedback, but they will, you know, just testify that you spoke to them and they send the 5 emails to them. That is what you need to do in level 1, basically. And then level 2, you asked about level 2. You asked about level 2 as well.
Yeah. So once we qualify, the level 2 would be?
Good. The level 2 means that, first of all, when they receive all this, the good thing is that they will tell you whether all that you have submitted is eligible. Okay, they will not surprise you after 3 months and tell you, oh, the video was not good. They will tell you immediately, okay? So all eligibility things, the accredited speaker will explain to you, all right? For example, if the application is not good, or if you missed some information, you did not put the hyperlink, whatever, they will tell you. And then you will be given an email after a while, I think within a month. Okay, Vinod, congratulations. All your application is eligible and you are set to level 1. Then the judges will go through all the applications and videos, okay? And then they will decide which one of those videos deserves to go to level 2. So by May, you will receive an email which tells you, Vinod, I want to say Mabruk in Arabic. I mean, congratulations, you made it to level 2. That means your video, not only eligibility wise, but delivery wise, performance wise, you fit. But that was only a video. So now get ready for the real thing in front of the panel to deliver in level 2. That is really wow. Okay. So and when you make it in front of the panel, finish, you're an accredited speaker.
So let me recap what I understood about the timeline. January is the time when we apply.
Yeah.
By May, we get a reply that you have or have not gone up to level 2, eligible for level 2.
Yeah.
And level 2 will be conducted during the Toastmasters International Convention.
International convention. In August,
August.
International Convention, yeah. This year it's
so
hybrid.
This year it is hybrid, yes. So I will just share something with all the members, which I will be, just a second. Can you see anything? Okay, this is the Accredited Speaker Program Handbook that will be shared with all of you once the event is done. Because I just want to make sure that whatever DTM Mohmd Shukri is saying, everything is there on the website. That is why he's not emphasizing in detail. Even the judging sheet is this one. Just as we are being judged in Toastmasters International, that it is little different over here. The content is 45 and delivery 35 and language 20, right? So everything is there. We will be sharing this once this ends. But DTM Shukri, what is the key difference between WCPS and AS, between a contest and being a professional speaker, according to you?
All right. First of all, in the World Champion, the judges choose the best 3, right? If there is no time violation, they just choose the best 3. Now, the best 3 can be, 70 out of 100, maybe 90, maybe 80, maybe above, I don't know, all right, with the score. In an accredited speaker, minimum is 80%. You have to achieve minimum 80%, no matter how good you are, no matter how good all the candidates are. If none of them achieve and hit the 80% from the judging criteria, they don't proceed. Whereas in the world champion, the best wins, even if he's 70 out of 100. We know this, right? The other thing is some of the criteria, they look at it in the way that Pragnya said a while ago. They want to see two things: your knowledge, how much you know about your subject, because it shows how much you know about your subject. So you make sure it is your subject, not the subject that you love to deliver, which I was also misled by myself. And also the mastery, the way you deliver. So I had conversations with them. They told me actually in one of the emails, basically, Mohmd, we're looking for someone that, what is he doing with his knowledge outside Toastmasters? I like that, so simple. How well is he actually inspiring the people with his mastery over the subject outside Toastmasters? Isn't this great? You know, I feel very proud of my organization that they are pushing us out. Yes, they pulled us in the club before, but now they are pushing us out. Go and help. And the other thing, there are some updates. I'm going to read for you an update this year. Maybe the only update probably is, I can remember, is stage presence. They added this stage presence this year, and maybe another update. But you go through it, they look like the world champion, but the judges are looking for what I just described.
So basically, we are competing against our own self. We are not competing against anybody else.
Yes, that's also the beauty of it. Yeah.
Right. So there is a benchmark set that you need to achieve 80%, irrespective of what you are speaking. And there is one interesting question that has come, that basically it means that, can we speak on any topic, or your subject matter expert? And what I understood from what you had said was, accredited speaker is subject matter expertise plus your speaking abilities. So can someone who is an accountant, or can someone who may be doing a supervisory job, right, and he takes up his subject and create a keynote on that? What is your suggestion for that?
Okay, very good. This is what is not said everywhere, and it's not in the rule book. So I'll tell you my own experience. I went and selected some accredited speakers to help me. And you know what they told me? Some of the most experienced. Okay, Mohmd, okay, this is the one and only. You make people on their toes. Okay, it's very good. We can see the beauty of it. But you know what? It's better to choose to be on the safe side and speak about something which is core of your competency. You see, we go to a place where we think it is safer, but it's riskier. We think it is safer to talk about something very motivational, because who can, you know, reject motivation and life-changing and etc. Transformation, you know, beat your demon, etc. It's straightforward. That is the risky thing. We have enough of those, by the way. I'm saying this boldly. We have enough of those. So we want you, what makes you the one and only, unique in your level. And that I took that advice to the heart after 3 years of failure. And I went back to safety, the ugliest subject I master. And guess what? That took me through very smoothly. Even when I was so nervous speaking online in 2020, and level 2, I was so nervous, my friends. I know this is going to be broadcasted. I don't mind. But it made through. You should see what the judges said. How come you master a subject like this and make it so simple and easy for us to grasp in 18 minutes? How do you do that? All right. So that was one of the remarks I got. So if it's your subject, you know how to do it, and you will do it in a way no other can. Go for it. So accounting or medicine, go for it. You'll thank me for
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me ask this. Is there any cost associated with the application, level 1, level 2?
Yeah, level 1 is $100. Level 2 is $150 with the application. If you pass to level 2, I think 150. I'm sure 150. Level 2, level 1, 100. Yes. And then it says in the rule book that you should, you should actually arrange your travel, and I guess so. If you are, yeah, so nothing will be covered. You have to cover it.
So 2 years before, DTM Robin had asked you this question. Have you benefited from being an accredited speaker? And at that time you had said, I just became an accredited speaker, so I can't say. Now it's been 2 years, DTM Mohmd Shukri. I think you can answer it in a much better way. So I would
I didn't know someone will take note of that. I didn't think Vinod will do that.
No, please, because being an accredited speaker is something personally I do follow, so I know it's a totally different level, but how it is different from Toastmasters experience, and how can it benefit personally and professionally? How has it benefited you?
All right, Vinod, I had dozens of these talks over the past 2 years, but you made me say something I didn't say before. And it's also, I'm not very proud of it. First of all, you must know that I was already getting paid to speak. All right. So someone who was on the road, okay, and then he got accredited speaker. Okay, so again on the road, back to the road, okay, back to normal. So you will not see vast change. And also I blame myself. It depends on what you do with what you have done. Okay, so maybe another person who got accredited speaker, he will be out there and do maximum, and it's your right to do it. You have to make the most of it. But in fact, for me, it was a reinforcement. I wanted to know whether I am really a professional speaker by Toastmaster International expert, experts there in the room. You will be challenged, and this challenge you need very much. Okay, to what level are you close to becoming a masterful speaker? So that was very helpful to me. Okay, I have a very famous quote that I live by. It's by John Ruskin. It says, the biggest reward for a man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it. Okay, we use this in behavior science, also in safety. It's not really important what is the carrot at the end that you will get, but until you get to the carrot or the trophy, who have you become? What has it changed in your character, your mindset, and your perception? I guarantee you it's a life-changing experience. Okay, so I will not promise you that the accredited speaker actually will shine as a light in your CV, and whoever looks at it, he will be like Kung Fu Panda. You are an accredited speaker, wow. Sorry, no one will do that. No, it's you who make the light. It's you who will do what it takes, and what your accredited speaker, it's here or here, okay, here, deserves.
Got it. So follow-up question, when you became an accredited speaker, when we become leaders in Toastmasters, let it be club, district, whichever leaders we get a lot of training, at least club officer training. District has a much better training. As you go higher and higher, we have better training. So when you become an accredited speaker, do you get training from Toastmasters for building brand or any other training that will help you as a professional speaker?
Nothing. See, there were, people who are shouting, we need something like DTM pathway, okay, for accredited speaker. I was watching the news, and people said it's time that Toastmasters does for us a new pathway that prepares us to become accredited speaker. I don't know why. I don't know about you, but I was not really for it. Because there is contradiction here. If Toastmaster wants you to speak outside your club and push your limits, and you have to, and it tells you what I need from you. I just want you to speak outside the club and to your circles. And then it says, wait. Hello, do you need help? Come. We have created a new pathway. What will happen? You'll go back inside the club and feel comfortable again. Finally, Toastmaster is so kind, so nice. They are even giving me a full pathway for accredited speaker. What are they reinforcing? They are reinforcing in you that you can do it inside Toastmasters, whereas it's really a paradox. So how come it does this? You need to go out of the way, and accredited speakers, my colleagues, always are there to help. All of them, they are there to help, and we help every time. Anyone who applies, we help in any way we can, okay? But let me say, we have to go one step back and forget accredited speaker, focus on what it means to become a professional speaker. When I got my first fee back in 2006 in a Ramadan, Majlis, they invited me to a group company night in Ramadan. And when I spoke to them, I came out with a small envelope and they gave me 50 dinars, by the way, which is 500 dirhams. And I'm like, really? You pay me for speaking? And from that time, I came to know what is professional speaking. It's not a common thing in the Gulf. Guess what? That means it's an opportunity. So go for it. And even everywhere, go for it. Not only in the Gulf.
Yes,
but sorry, friends, we are in District 105. I had to say this here.
No. So I means this is something what I was going to ask as a follow-up question. How mature is the professional speaking industry in Middle East? Because you are the right person to tell it.
Yeah, I think it's not mature. I always have this story of a shoes company who sent their representative to a country in Africa, and he came back and said, no use. Nobody wears shoes there in that country, so no use. And they sent another representative, and he said, yeah, it's a great opportunity. Nobody wears shoes. Let's do it. So the same situation, but with different perspective. So I don't know about you. I don't care if there are professional speakers or there are no professional speakers. I just love speaking, and I took it to the professional level. You can enjoy. I am full-time speaker. You don't have to be, friends, by the way. You can have your job, but speak about your profession outside and spread the benefit more and get paid for it extra. Why not? I'm not saying leave your job. I did that, but you don't have to. Okay. So in the Gulf, yeah, it's very rare in the Gulf. Yeah, we always believe in, sorry to say, Western speakers. We can bring them easily, but local speakers, it takes us time to believe in them. As a local, I talk about this, but anyway.
Yes. One other thing, apart from speaking, training industry is much established in Middle East. And I believe you are also a trainer. And we did a Train the Trainer forum session this year in District 105, which the first meeting, I believe you were there with Samir GP, one of my teammate, and DTM Rania. Night 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, we were having this chat. And the purpose was the same. We wanted members to get out of Toastmasters. So how can being an accredited speaker help trainers, and how has it helped you?
There is a lot of mix in the Gulf because there is no professional speaking. Most coaches, speakers, or trainers have taken the label trainer. And when I go to them, I see some of them are not doing training, they're doing presenting. But trainer is the common thing, and it became, trainers are mushrooming everywhere, all right? So we have in Arabic, if you come to my Arabic life, okay, you will see people making jokes about, like in Gulf, if you look on your left, there is, or your right, one of them is a trainer. We have these jokes about ourselves. But why? Because there is not enough awareness of what speaking can bring and the special impacts that speaking can bring that training cannot do, and vice versa. So that's why I create a lot of boot camps to help people go to origin. Remember Wolverine origin? Let's go one step back and see exactly what fits you. Training, coaching, or speaking. And I have matrices, I have 30 years in speaking. So I'm very keen on people telling them, be careful before you go into speaking. What is it and what does it entail? What do you need to do as a topic, etc. So we have, and I have all these just to guide people on this.
Yes, and training is something like what you say, which I am also very passionate, and we had discussed. And generally, if you read the literatures, it says that it takes 32 hours to prepare for 1 hour of training. But you see trainers just take a textbook and start training over here. I completely agree with that statement, Ditya Mohmd Shukri. Now, what are the resources available? Because there may be many experts. Our PQD Rania is also a medical expert, voice expert. So if she wants to, like what you say, start, one is, as you said, 25 engagements, everything is there. But what is that one mental block or barrier that you feel Toastmasters have that they are not taking that leap to be an accredited speaker, according to you? And what advice can you give them?
Once upon a time, I was given a keynote at a school. And because I wanted to help my fellow Toastmasters to go out of their way, so I invited one of them. I said, come and speak with me to the school. I'll give you one part and then I'll deliver the rest. And I spoke to the school principal. They said, no, Mr. Mohammed, we invited you and not her. I said, trust me, she's good, blah, 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 blah. And then they said, okay. And she thanked me for the opportunity. The day of the delivery, the students were in the sports hall and we were in the principal's room. We sat there. You know, my friend, the Toastmaster, was sitting, waiting for her turn, and the principal comes standing. My friend sitting, principal standing, and she has that look on her. You know what we are looking for, right? You know what we want out of this gathering, right? And I was looking at my Toastmaster colleague, she was almost shivering. And she went into the room and delivered a beautiful session. But then she told me, Mr. Mohammed, I always thought that it's going to be easy. We are really in a comfortable zone. I didn't think these people are ferociously it's not so friendly out there. And I thank you for exposing me to it. She had a great, like revelation. All right. So I'm telling you, it's always comfortable in our clubs. We will make it regardless, because this is a very conducive, motivating atmosphere. And who wants to leave that atmosphere? We always look for the next. Many champions, many contestants, when they lose a contest, they lose as if they have lost life. Kalas, the judges are not good. I'm not going to do this anyway. Because they only see this is the only place to have glory. Says who? I want you to take those steps which I took outside my company, but not outside your company, and go into the uncertain. Go to the uncertain and face it head on. And this is going to bring out of you a human you didn't know you have or possess. Powers you didn't have, you had before. Do it. That's the only thing. It's very comfortable inside.
Be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that friend's name was Suchitra, I believe. In the school that you had taken the, like what you say. No? Okay.
No. Okay, one on one. Okay, you got me on Robin, but I got you on this one. Fair play. Yay.
Okay, so I missed one question. Do we get feedback for level 1? If we are not eligible, do we get feedback from Toastmasters International?
No, they will just not feedback on the content. Never. That's why you need some mentor or someone. I used also non-accredited speaker mentors, and they were quite helpful. But they will tell you, for example, Do you have another version of this video because it was too long, by the way, it was, etc. It doesn't fit, you know, problems. But you don't take this for granted, by the way, okay? You have to make your application really eligible from every aspect. Don't wait for them to give you. They shouldn't give you this. But maybe there's a technical thing that prevents them from watching your video or something like this. Do your homework. No, but no feedback no feedback on content, we know.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And I believe there are a lot of mentors' email name available on Toastmasters website who are ready to help.
Yes, yes. You just choose any one of them, you reach them out and they will help. Yeah.
So
we are
gentlemen,
now embarking on making more. For the past 2 years, I've been speaking in these webinars, but we have come to know that people need more than this. So we are embarking on a project to actually create a training for people to go from non-professional to professional and professional to accredited, whether they are Toastmasters or none. And we will make it as available as possible for maximum number of people, because they need to know this. They need to know how close they are to becoming an accredited speaker if they dream of that. Yes.
So already the red light is blinking. So what I believe, so what in summary, we are very close to becoming an accredited speaker, much closer than we think, even though you think it is far. One, that is what we learned. Level 1, level 2, $250 is the cost. Plus, if it is hybrid, you can give online, or if you want to go, you can travel there. Apart from that, you get mentors. Everything is there. The handbook is there. The judging criteria is mentioned. Start speaking outside the club. That is, and if you want help, DTM Shukri is there. He is looking for a company for a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th accredited speaker from Middle East region. Right, sir?
Yes, of course. We want more. We want more. I will never remain the only. I shouldn't. I mean, if I do, if I do that, what help am I doing to my fellow Toastmasters? I am not a Toastmaster if I do this. Actually, where's integrity? Where is, service? So let's have more.
Someone from this group will hopefully become in the coming years, and I will definitely pursue it. I know Pragnya will pursue it. She is a part of a professional speaking association, and there are others also over here. So thank you very much, sir, for the I will hand it over to our charming MC, and then she will give it to our PQD for the vote of thanks. Back to you, Pragnya. Thank you very much, sir. It was a very, very, like what you say, mind-opening, eye-opening, everything opened for me. Thank you very much. Pragnya, over to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Vinod. Absolutely, mind-opening, everything opening. And I need to go update my vision board now with the accredited speaker logo, because that's going to be my new goal to aim for. Thank you so much, DTM Shukri, for this beautiful session. But more than me thanking you, I want to acknowledge our current district program quality director, DTM Rania Abul Rab. Ma'am, can you please come on screen? She is also our district director elect for the next term. And who better than her right now to, share with all of us the gratitude for DTM Shukri. Over to you, DTM Rania.
Thank you so much, Pragnya, and a very good evening, my fellow friends who are joining us from all over the place. Salam, Mohmd. Thank you so much for enriching our knowledge. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. I mean, I've heard you 2 years ago. I should say you've improved. Now you kill me. You see, I listened to that session with Robin, but I could see, not the way that this program has basically has impacted your, how can I say, experience. Now you look at it from different perspective, and the experiences and the knowledge you shared with us today, I think has, even for me, because I've been to over 10 conventions and I've been listening to all these accredited speakers over the years. It's not an easy thing during that session. You think it's like a Q&A session, accusation, all the judges sitting there. And when nobody basically makes it, you feel a bit sad. And then, so achieving this, it's a humongous achievement. So really, we're so proud to have you as the first Arab to win this achievement. It's not easy, but at least you gave me hope that speaking about hearing impairment might in a way be a glimpse of hope for someone like me from a professional background in the medical field. You spoke about safety. You think sometimes it's very complicated or it's very hard, but if you have something in your mind and you have a target, I think anything is achievable. And you are a living epitome to this. So thank you so much for, again, honoring us by your presence, by your honesty, by your knowledge, and by offering help and assistance to our members, because it's been a long journey for you over the years. And I can see lots of members here, including myself, who might want to try this journey one way or the other. It's an experience. I'm sure you've enjoyed it and you've learned every bit of it. And today you gave us even more insights, more of the details that you might not find in any manual, unless for someone who's gone through the journey and who's tried it not once or twice, 5 years consecutively. I know exactly what you had to go through to get here. So thank you, brother, for joining us today. And it's indeed an honor to have you. And thank you, Vinod, for putting the effort. And it's not easy to find him and to bring him here. I know you've been after him for months. I know that. And we had lots of meetings in the background for the Train the Trainer. So indeed, what a way to conclude the TLI program this year with this beautiful, beautiful session with such an amazing, amazing speaker, DTM accredited speaker, Mohmd Shukri. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And on behalf of the entire members of District 105, your sister district as well, District 20, thank you so much for joining us. Now, I don't know if it's me who's going to be present the vote of thanks or someone else, because I didn't understand what Pragnia was saying. So, Madam MC, are you there?
Yes.
It's me?
You just did the vote of thanks. Yes.
Oh, me as well. Okay, so do you have the slides? Because I shared the
certificates.
slides. Yes, I already shared them with Vinod. So if you can please share the slides. So, all right, in the presentation mode. So again, just a small token on behalf of District 105, thank you, Mohmd, DTM Mohmd Shukri, accredited speaker, for honoring us with your presence and your sharing your knowledge. And maybe next time we'll meet in person and we'll be able to, thank you with in a proper way, this is the best we can do in this virtual platform. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts and for being here in the midst. Of course, Ajita Shivam, I don't know if she I think she's not feeling well, but thank you so much. Even if you were here in spirit, thank you, Ajita, for volunteering to be part of the program today. Of course, our dazzling MC, Madam Pragnia, thank you so much for, again, taking the role of the MC, and Toastmaster Anita for being the Zoom master and the timer today. Thank you so much for your assistance and help. Arnold is the mastermind behind the flyer and the certificates. He's not in our midst here, but thank you, Arnold, for always being so creative. And Toastmaster Chitia, she's the logistic manager of District 105, who's handled also the logistics behind the meeting today. And last but not least, to our moderator, our TLI chair, DTM Vinod Paniker, thank you so much for putting DTM Shukri on his, just making him think and finding all these answers and tracking what happened 2 years ago. But again, he got his vendetta from you with that with that school thing. just joking. We're all here friends and brothers and sisters in the fraternity. We're all the same. We're just here to learn from each other, enrich each other's knowledge. So again, thank you again for this wonderful evening. Again, Brother Mohmd, and to Vinod and everyone who's basically put their time to join us during the weekday after a long, hectic working hour. I was also driving from work, and I really enjoyed it. So to all accredited speakers, seekers out there, all the best. As DTM Shukri said, go for it, it's worth it. And I think all of us have some potential, right? So let's go for it. So with this, I conclude my vote of thanks. And I think who's going to close it now? Again, to Pragnia. Over to you, ma'am. Let's do it properly.
Thank you so much, District PQD, DTM Rania. And Thank you to each and every one of you who have sat through this meeting. Now, if I may please request you all to switch on your cameras, show some heart emojis, show some smileys, show some love to DTM Mohmd Shukri for his time and his knowledge that he shared with us, so that we can also get a quick group picture. Thank you to everyone switching on your cameras. I'm smiling. I don't know who's clicking the picture. Anita, Vinod.
Can somebody help Anita or Pragnya or Ajita? Ajita is sick, I believe. Just let me check.
Okay, we have some heart emojis on your screens. Okay, thank you. Anita, are you clicking as well? Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. And with that, we'll call this meeting to a close and a fabulous end to the year that started with TLI. And we hope to see many, many more sessions like this. And like Rania said, many more accredited speakers giving Mohmd Shukri some competition at that title. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a wonderful evening and night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you,
Fabulous
Rania.
job. Pleasure.
It's
Fabulous job.
good,
Have a
good.
good night. Can you stop the recording, please? Because I don't have the.
Just a second.